power dropped, like the whole power just like went, just like it just cut out. And then I went outside and there was an incredibly strong wind that was just like really scary. And then Crunchy started crying.
Aw, Crunch Man.
And then I was just like, I don't know what to do, Crunchy. We're running on a backup generator right now. So that's what I was doing, was I was seeing, I was like just figuring out what needed to happen. I had to reset it. Crunchy, come back here. Yep. Little Bub's just crying. And I was just like, I just started stream. So normally if this happened like around 11:30, I'd be like, ah.
Yup. Yup.
I've done that. It happens so often.
It's tough living in the middle of nowhere. People don't realize. They think, oh, living on a mountain,
Crunch.
so romantic, so pretty. Also, so tough.
Yeah. The, what is it? We have a backup generator, so I knew it was super windy. So we had like wind warnings, and we do have like really intense windstorms, and I remember being like a little bit scared of like the wind that was like kind of happening. And then I was just kind of like, well, you know,
You get desensitized to it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like the first time you hear the trees creaking outside, you think, oh gosh, that one of those could land on me. And then after like years of it, you're like, well, I am still here. I'm sure it's fine. Let me go back to my life now.
What is it? The wind has been so extreme that it breaks the trees around our cabin. So it's actually, I would say that like cutting down trees that are unhealthy is very necessary for your safety, because these are like 700, 1,000-pound like lumber that's like falling to the ground. And
we used to call them widowmakers when I was in the landscaping industry.
Huh?
Yeah.
Widowmakers?
Yeah. When you have like a loose branch that's up in one of those trees, that we had one over here for a while that like had partially come down from a windstorm, but hadn't entirely, like it was lodged in the ground. It was huge. It was taller than our house, and we needed to get it unlodged from the tree and taken care of. And I would freak out anytime that Peach Cat would go out there and try and mess with it. Because I was like, I'm going to watch from the window. I'm going to have my phone with me. And you're not going to pull on that thing alone. You're going to get a rope and our friend who's a fireman. And we're going to be as safe as possible. Because I don't need this.
Trees are terrifying. Trees are... They're very, very difficult to work with, and if they fall, they're falling. And so you have to, it's all about that control fall.
Yeah.
But the windstorm has been like, I'm telling you, the wind, I just like checked our weather station. I don't know. So
weatherometer.
Weatherometer, is that a word? Nope.
No.
I made it up. There's no such thing as a weatherometer.
It works.
Jason wished for a weather station for Christmas because he was sick and tired of not having accurate weather. Because if you have an iPhone, or if you just like have any sort of weather like app on your phone, it'll just tell you the general weather of your area. But because we live in such an isolated part of the mountain, our weather is very different than somebody else's weather, even below the mountains. And so Jason was fed up about not knowing the accurate weather that was happening. So he actually got this little mini weather station, and the weather station was just like talking about it said that the wind was like 65 to 70 miles an hour. And I'm just like, yeah, no, it was scary. Like, I'm telling you, like, when I literally before stream crashed, I was just saying, yeah, there was a windstorm, and literally blackout. There's a windstorm. And then I hear this big roar from the wind, and I was just like, oh, we're having a brownout. That's what's happening right now. So I'm on generator power. So this is all just warning that this could totally happen again, because
all right, if it happens again, are we calling it?
I don't know.
Depends on how far we get.
If we reach 11 p.m. our time, PST. No, EST. Sorry, we're East Coast.
Yeah,
EST.
we're East Coast.
11. Yes. If we reach 11 East Coast time, then we're Gucci.
Nice.
Yeah. But I'm just telling everybody, because the windstorm has been really, really extreme. And I don't know. There's nothing I can do about the weather.
Yeah, it's not like we want to end stream. We're just prepared if the wind ends stream for us. That's all.
It happens so often, you know. It really does. I'm like thinking about like the amount of weather things. So in our new place, I really hope this is less of a problem.
Hopefully.
Pokemon Day.
Pokemon Day. Okay, so welcome to Smol Talk. We're today going to talk about the Pokemon universe and its ongoing struggles, trying to deliver actual, like, truly inspiring or unique things, for better or worse. And also going over the what was it, Pokemon Day Direct, about like the plans for Pokemon stuff in the future and what we can look forward to for the next half a year or so. Yay, Pokemon Day. Also, I made a slide deck.
Yeah, okay, like, what is this? What is this? I did not know you did this. I did not know you did this. I didn't know you did this.
About how we could have Google Slides for things,
yeah.
And how I had made a slideshow in the past, and then also we had a hiccup with our stream yesterday. Our stream last week had some like copyright dings because gosh forbid we play a little bit of a YouTube video. So I wanted to have like a visual asset for you to have on our computer screen that's like a good background thing. And then because it's me and I'm insane, I did this. Also, they're all GIFs. They're all like individual GIFs
and
that
I love
now
it.
we can take them and
They're
use them
so
as
cute.
assets.
They're
And also
so cute.
they're all yours, so you can have all of the stuff I made.
It's so good.
It's Pugu Pugu if he was a Pokemon.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh! Wait, I didn't even notice that! I was looking at the other slides! Wait, it's Pogu if he was a Pokemon! A Togepi! Toga-Agu, Pika-Agu. Wait, that's Jumpluff. Wait, I didn't even know that! What? Wait. What is this? It's the Mimikyu. It's Mimikyu?
Mm-hmm.
Mimikyu
Cool. Yeah.
No, oh my gosh, my computer's like, hey, do you want to restart right now? No, stop it, computer. Everything's against me right now. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this. I was like looking at the other things in the presentation, and I was just like, wow, Hat's really like put something together. I'm literally so shocked. What? Wait, the Squirtle? The Squirtle? The Mimikyu. I think the Mimikyu's my favorite.
Nice.
No, the Bulbasaur with all the sprouts. Cute. This is adorable.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
What the hell, dude? Like, this is so cute. I'm literally at a loss for words. I didn't even connect the dots that it was my boy. My copyright free boy.
Yeah. I'm here to do the fan art. I have an OC and everything.
The copyright. Yeah, we did. We got a copyright strike and that was super lame. This is
It
so
was.
cute.
It wasn't even for sound. It's just that YouTube realized we were playing a different YouTube video. And it was like, "Nuh-uh, not for you." It's very stupid.
I like how like YouTube doesn't care if I play the magical girl, like anything Sailor Moon related. YouTube's like, we're totally fine.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't care about the sound, but the second like an image that it recognizes comes up, it's like, no, we have a script for that. You can't have it.
Oh my gosh, does that imply that Mimikyu is not actually Pagu? Or is Pagu dressed up as Pagu? The Mimikyu! I really like the Mimikyu. Oh my gosh, wait, this is too precious. Like I literally can't I can't believe you freaking did this.
Thank you.
This is insane. The also it's animated. It's animated.
Yeah. Yo.
I like what Brandon said. Brandon said, or you could animate something. I love that Brandon highlighted that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't just half-ass it. I have to spend most of the day hand animating everything like a crazy person.
I mean it's freaking beautiful, and I love it so much. It's so good.
That's why I did it. I did it exactly for this reaction. So mission accomplished.
I feel like such a dummy for not even realizing it was Pagu. I thought it was.
There was a lot. There's a lot going on. It is understandable. Also, again, they're all yours. So if you want to take them and rehash them into your own art, they are yours.
That would actually be really funny to do, like a Pagu Togepi. Like I see Togepi down there at the bottom left corner. I love Togepi. Right? That's Togepi, right?
It is, yeah. Peach Cat called it out too when I showed him all of them. He's like, I was looking for Togepi. I knew there would be a Togepi here. And he was
Togepi.
Right.
Is that one of your favorites?
I was just having this talk earlier. It's very hard to say what my favorite Pokemon is. I think I like Ditto, 'cause he's such a doof.
You look like a Ditto. You look like a Ditto.
Look like a Ditto.
No. You don't look like a Ditto. You just look like a Ditto trainer.
I do. It's true. Caterpie is probably. I think if I had to like off the top of my head say what my favorite
Caterpie! Let's go, Caterpie!
He's just a big, squishy little worm guy, and he could turn into a butterfly, but he's not that yet. He just gets to be a baby bug, and I love that for him.
Episode 3 of the original Indigo League, where it's just all about Caterpie, is peak cinema.
It's so good. They did it so well with the Butterfree like migration that they had to do it again for a movie.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And I love the scene where Caterpie is like, he's literally looking at the night sky and he's just saying, Caterpie, Caterpie. And he's explaining to Pikachu all of his dreams and desires to be a Butterfree. But it's a scene that's completely inaudible. So like, it's only Pikachu and Caterpie, and they're just like literally having a Pokemon conversation for like literally like 3 minutes into this episode, and it's like absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, when there's no humans in Pokemon, that's when it gets good.
Yeah, it's true.
That's when it gets good.
And they were risky enough to just have little animals saying their name over and over again to each other, and I respect that choice. That's a tough one, but it worked.
Wait, is the Indigo League the first series? Yeah, I think the Indigo League is the first Pokemon season. Season 1, the Indigo League. I don't know, is it? Or am I making that up?
I have no idea. I realized putting this deck together that I know so little about Pokemon. I'm acting as though I'm still the 6-year-old who had all of the Pokemon names memorized, but I never continued that knowledge. I just rested on my laurels and thought, oh yeah, I know Pokemon. I don't, though. I'm so behind the game. It's insane.
I feel like you the Pokemon that you really like is this like fly Pokemon.
Yes.
This Cutie Fly. Cutie Fly.
Cutie
Am I
Fly
right?
is so perfect.
Yes. Okay, Cutie Fly, Caterpie, Ditto. You need
Each
3 more.
design.
I meant you need 2 more.
Oh, I'm not a good gym trainer. This is not like a good on-brand team.
It's okay.
Okay, so
You don't have to be a gym trainer.
that's true. I could just be a guy who really likes shorts.
You could be. I kind of see you as that Pokemon trainer that's kind of like in the Viridian Forest, and you're just like kind of just walking around the forest.
That sounds appropriate. Like, definitely lost, but if anybody asked, I'd say no. I know where I'm going. I just haven't found it yet. Cubone. I have to have a Cubone because I feel bad for that little guy, and he's adorable. And then probably maybe a Chikorita, something plant specific.
Do you believe?
Oh no, I know Sudowoodo, obviously.
Oh, Sudowoodo. That's so you, bro. That's so you. The Sudowoodo with the Ditto combination. That is actually so you. That's so you. Okay, Cubone was a surprise to me. Honestly, really? Cubone was a surprise to me. Yeah, Cubone's a surprise to me. Maybe because it's not a bug.
He's so sad and cute and sad. I also like Sandshrew. I just really enjoy like the squat little guy design.
Do you believe in the theory that Cubone is an abandoned Kangaskhan? Kangaroo?
Oh.
The kangaroo Pokemon? You know the kangaroo Pokemon?
Interesting. Yes.
Kangaskhan. There's a fan theory that says that like Kangaskhan, the kangaroo Pokemon, the little baby that's inside Kangaskhan. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell me.
No. I know. I know Kangaskhan. No, so the theory is that like the little guy gets abandoned and it becomes
a Cubone. It becomes a Cubone.
I like the old theory of Cubone is actually like a Charmander ghost or something.
Oh yes, that is another theory. A theory that that Cubone is a Charmander. It does look very Charmander-esque. The theory with this one is that Kangaskhan, like it's the baby inside Kangaskhan, and then it like gets abandoned by its mother, and it's wearing its mother's skull.
Well,
so that's
okay. I think that's a clever theory, but no, I think isn't the Cubone skull just like canonically its mom's skull?
I don't know if that's canonically. I actually have no idea if that's canonically.
That's why I like Cubone and why I feel bad for him is because I was under the impression that baby Cubones are just wearing their mom's skulls.
The skull does look more like Charizard.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Kangaskhan. Like, are all Kangaskhan did they all come with a baby? Like, are they all like? Is that the design of a Kangaskhan?
Would you imagine?
Just have a baby?
Just born pregnant.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are you just like when you're born a Kangaskhan, are you just like have a baby?
So like that is a thing. Like in the insect world, in real life, there are insects that are born pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
Like just a dragonfly?
Immediately procreating. I don't remember which ones, unfortunately.
Aww.
But yeah, that's a thing that can happen in nature, which is wild. Yeah.
Does that mean there's no male Kangaskhan's? Like, or all Kangaskhan's? The more I look at Kangaskhan, the more I question its existence.
Yeah. Also, like, have we actually canonically seen the baby outside of the pouch?
I don't think so. Maybe. I think Kangaskhan is like a singular evolution. Like it's one and done. It is what it is.
I'm thinking maybe the infant isn't actually an infant, that it's just, this is a two-headed animal that we're talking about.
Oh, you think it's a two-headed animal?
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
I think its inner child is actually its outer child.
Oh my. So it's like, whoa. Whoa. So it's not a
This
baby.
is the Pokemon universe.
It's
the
not
Pokemon
a baby.
Universe is weird. Nope. No, it's just like a belly button.
Wait,
with
wait.
semi-sentience.
Brandon said that there's a mega Cactus Cuddles, and Brandon said that there's a mega evolution.
Ooh,
of Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan.
But that means Hats doesn't know what a mega evolution is, probably, but a mega evolution.
How dare?
What?
Isn't it when they get real big in the 3D new games?
Yeah, it's when they. That's a good synopsis. Is when they get real big. What the heck? Wait! Look at the mega Kangaskhan.
Oh, so it does. It is.
Wait, what do you mean? That doesn't look that big. Own.
Well, like scale wise. Also, that's Pokemon Go background. I know stuff.
But like
wow, okay. Official art is holding on to baby. Baby is not only in belly. So the
whoa.
This is okay. This so hurts my brain so bad. What is the little guy Kanga and the big guy's Khan, or are they both collectively Kangaskhan?
I'm confused, bro.
So somebody at the Pokemon headquarters didn't think this out enough, and it's hurting my brain to do the thinking for them.
Well, it is a part of the first 150, so they probably weren't thinking too deeply about things. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I looked up the Gigamax version. I didn't look up the Mega Evolution.
Was Mega... Okay, wait. Is Giga the one where they get real big, and then Mega the one that happens with the shiny wristband? In... Not... Wait, what was it? Not Britain.
I'm gonna let somebody else in chat answer. Somebody who's smarter in chat.
That just says Giga is the big one. Okay. So is Mega the one that happened in France? Is Mega the wristband? Yes. Brandon says shiny wristband. Okay. Yeah.
Is anyone's favorite Pokemon Kangaskhan? Like, does anyone like Kangaskhan? Because I know no one who doesn't like Kangaskhan.
Somebody probably likes him, but I don't know who would be like, yeah, that's my favorite.
I would love to meet somebody who like loves Kangaskhan. The end. I'd love to meet a person who's just a Kangaskhan fan, you know?
Yeah. I want to meet that person just so that I know what that person is.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Exactly. I want to know who this person is, because who likes a Kangaskhan? I'm so mean. Like, I understand Sudowoodo.
Yeah, he's just a weird guy.
Like, I understand
and I love
Sudowoodo.
The fact that he looks like a tree, but he isn't. He's a rock just to mess with you. Also, he's kind of a dancing hot dog, which is also great.
I love
Sudowoodo. Just a fun little guy. I love him so much.
Shame, Poggy. Everybody's Pokemon is someone's favorite. That is true. Someone out there. Wait, look at this. Okay, I'm so sorry. We are getting so distracted from the actual presentation itself.
I mean, that's Smol Talk. Of course we're getting distracted.
There's a Sudowoodo plushie for a baby. Look at this. It's so cute. I want it. I'm putting it in there.
It's really cute and sweet, but my brain is broken. My first thought was, oh, you can't have that as a plushie. You gotta empty all the fluff out of that guy and put a bunch of gravel inside of him.
Oh, because he's a rock type Pokemon.
Is he a rock type?
Pretending
and it'd
be
funny for him to look. Yeah, it's like, oh, plushie, how cute. Let me pick it up. Oh, God, why is this so heavy? Who put a bunch of rocks in this plushie? And then it would be a true Sudowoodo.
Have you ever seen Mega Sudowoodo? Because I've never seen Mega Sudowoodo. I have it on stream.
Incredible.
Is he
already a fan.
Is he a
He looks
tree still?
he looks more like a bug. I believe
He
pseudowoodos are
looks like a
more
bug.
like they're more based on stick bugs than anything. So it makes
Oh,
sense that
stick bug.
yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that because the stick insects, they like that's what they're known for, is to pretend to be something that they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
So that makes sense. That makes sense that it, because when you say it looks like an insect, like I'm like, oh shoot, you are true. It does look like an insect.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it doesn't have a megaform. What doesn't have a megaform?
Woodoo.
Sudowoodo? Oh, is this a fan? I can get tricked, guys. I can get tricked. Let me see. Pokemon.
I can also, if it's drawn accurately enough to the original style, then I don't know any better.
I get tricked. This might be fan made. Oh my gosh. Am I tricked? I'm very good at being tricked by the Fakemons. Oh, why? I really like that Sudowoodo. No, it's fake.
Aww.
It's fake. Fine, I'll
He's
just
finally
look at
getting
them.
to sit down.
He's finally getting to sit down. Oh,
Yep.
because he's always standing.
He's always standing. He's a moving guy.
I kind of like his little, like, I like his name. Like, I like his name is Sudowoodo.
It's very fun to say. I very much enjoy it.
Like, what if you named a kid Sudowoodo?
Oh, that poor child.
Why?
I mean,
that would be awesome.
I could call that kid Sudowoodo in my own home, but I would not put that child through the public school system.
Please don't name a kid that, though. Okay, I won't name my kid Sudowoodo. Fine. No Pokemon names. No Gengar. Won't name my kid Gengars. I don't want to be that person. A name you can't name a kid is Kangaskhan. I think that's a bad name for a kid.
I didn't even think about it. That is a thing that you have to do. You're responsible for naming a human being.
I know, it's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
Because I will unfortunately have to bestow a name for a human that unfortunately has to live with this name until it wants to change it. If it wants to. But I have to make, it's like, I can't be silly. Like, I have a bunch of chicken names. I've got a bunch of duck names. Like, I want a dog that's named Sweet Pea, and I want, like, a duck named Chickpea. But, like, you know, I can't be naming it Pokemon names. It's kind of concerning that my first instinct when naming a tiny human was to go to Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda.
But I would never name my kid Kangaskhan.
No, who would?
Who would name their no, Kangaskhan's number one fan? Why am I so mean? Why am I so mean to the Kangaskhan?
We're a cozy space that doesn't believe in bullying unless your favorite Pokemon is Kangaskhan, and then you have to answer for yourself.
Do you have a Pokemon that you just, like, hate? Like, you're just like, nah, I can't with you.
Oh, shoot. I know that I do. Oh, the lava slug guy. I don't like his design. He makes me uncomfortable.
The lava slug? I forgot his name.
I don't know his name.
Do you mean Magmar? No.
Maybe.
No. Oh, Slugma. You don't like Slugma?
I don't like the bunny lady.
Yeah, Lopunny.
Slugma, I don't like his little face balls. His little face balls freak me out.
Oh, you don't like the face balls.
No, I like his weird, like, hair flames. Those are cool. But his weird, swingy, drippy little face balls.
Oh, that's what makes you uncomfortable is his face balls? I didn't even know Slugma had face balls.
It feels like a hazard to him. It feels like, are those dripping off or are they actually connected? If they're actually connected, that's a lot of weight strain on those little tendrils holding them up. That can't be comfortable, man. Maybe don't have that. I don't know. I
Dang.
can't do anything for him. I just can choose to not look at it.
So mean. You're so mean to Slugma.
Yeah.
But look, when he evolves, his face balls are not
Multiply.
as prolific.
He gets more.
They're not as prolific. Like they're very,
That's
very
true.
apparent in his first.
Yep, they're very obvious in the first. And then he gets friends on his face so they can stand up to my bullying better.
Lopunny,
What about you?
I can see how people hate Lopunny. I already said
Yeah,
I don't
I
like Kangaskhan.
Oh.
I can see how
Just
people don't like
Kangaskhan?
Lopunny.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not.
I don't hate Lopunny, but I hate Lopunny in Pokemon, if that makes sense.
Do you just hate like the people who are like fans of Lopunny who are just like haters to Lopunny? Or not haters, like people who like over sexualize Lopunny.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole thing in the Pokemon.
There is already like a weird that you you could be a
What?
gym trainer whose whole thing is just Pokemon that are a little too human. Yeah.
I would love
when
to meet that gym trainer.
that'd be
They would
wild.
have a Jinx,
Yep.
a Mr. Mime, and a
Machamp.
Lopunny. A
And a
Machamp.
Lopunny. And
Is there-
the big Wrestly cat. The Wrestle cat is one for sure.
Incineroar.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a trend that's been happening with the starter Pokemon of the games in recent history.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I don't like it. They were cooking when they made Lucario.
Uh-huh.
Lucario is sick. Lucario deserves to be here. He's great. He proud tradition in line with Mewtwo. Mewtwo also great. But both Mewtwo and Lucario have like moments where they like communicate and you realize that they're like depressed, edgy little guys and you don't want to sleep with them anymore. And they don't do that for any of the other
They are edgy.
Pokemon that are a little too human. They need to also have two human personalities to snap the fiction back together.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I can see that. So
That's
does
my
that
hot
mean you
take.
don't? So does that mean you don't like Mewtwo because he can talk?
Oh, I love Mewtwo. He's the Shadow the Hedgehog of Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he's so Shadow the Hedgehog. Like I bet him and
he's
Shadow
great.
the Hedgehog would be besties.
Yeah, and also it makes sense that he's more human-like because he was made in a lab.
Yeah. I always when I was little, if you asked me my favorite Pokemon, I'd say Mewtwo. Because I thought he was the strongest Pokemon. So I was like, well, I want my favorite Pokemon to be the strongest Pokemon. So I chose Mewtwo.
If asked at the same time, my answer would have been Mew for pretty much the same answer or for the same reason of like, yeah, I want the really cute guy who's actually super strong and wild.
But then it's funny how like now that I'm older, now if you ask me my favorite Pokemon, I no longer say Mewtwo. I now say a cute little soft thing that literally has no survival skill. I
You
like
went from
Wigglytuff.
strong to baby. Oh, Wigglytuff is cute. Wait, is
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff the one that you
Wigglytuff.
said would be Jason if Jason was a Pokemon?
You know, I've never looked at the Pokemon list and have determined what Jason is. I don't think Jason's a Wigglytuff. I'm a Wigglytuff.
For sure, we had a conversation once, and you said that your husband was one of the round pink guys, and I found it to be very funny, and it stuck in my head. Yeah, it was either Wigglytuff or it was Chansey, and I can't remember which.
Jason is a Chansey. I mean, I kind of see myself as a Wigglytuff because it's all wiggly and jiggly, but it's like tough and it's like angry all the time. So I really resonate with Wigglytuff in a personality aspect, because anytime you see Wigglytuff in the anime series, she's about to throw hands.
Yeah, that's true.
She's about to punch something. She's angry, but she's soft and she's cute, and I kind of like that combination. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, it's me. So I don't know if that's Jason though. I know Jason as Disney characters, but I don't know Jason as Pokemon characters. No, this now makes me angry. I should know Jason as a Pokemon character. I'll have to think about this, and I'll tell you. Bye, Brandon. Bye. Oh my goodness.
Peach Cat is Electabuzz, probably.
Electabuzz, really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Yep. We've been playing a wizard game recently, and we were talking about, like, what is your arcane type? And we decided that electric is definitely his. And so we were thinking of electric Pokemon, and I named the first one that I could think of that was electric and also punched, and it was Electabuzz.
How did he find his element? Like, does he just gravitate towards electric?
Yeah, he's had other people call him out as an electric type before as well. It's the right element to reflect both the like magic wizard bullshit, but also wrestler punchy bullshit. Because he's a rare breed of being both an outside kid and a nerd, and electric kind of fits that mold of being
funny.
Both like nerdy but physical at the same time.
That's hilarious. I mean, I would never think of Electabuzz as a nerdy guy, but now that I think about it, I guess, yeah. I see Electabuzz as, like, I can see punching. I can see that. I can see the more athletic part of Electabuzz.
Sure, but electric means, like, can, at the very least, can down some power lines, but, like, most likely could, like, fix your printer. Probably.
I just, like, pictured Electabuzz, like, fixing my printer.
He puts his little glasses on, and he becomes tech support. And then at the end, when the printer doesn't work right, he blows it up.
Opinions on Electabuzz evolution. Does Electabuzz have an evolution?
It got added later, right? I don't remember what it is, though. This is a good question.
Electabuzz evolution. Whoa, yeah. Oh my gosh. Electrive? How do you pronounce that?
Whoa! Oh, that's wild.
I like his baby form. His baby's cute.
Yeah, his baby form is cute.
He's cute.
So grumpy and can fit into outlets.
I think the only thing about the design of, like, Elekid into Electabuzz into how do you pronounce that? Electivire? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, Electivire. That, sure.
I feel like Electabuzz, there's something, like, very, like, catchy about it. Electivire, I don't know. I think it loses a lot of the character design of Electabuzz. Like, I feel like one of the thing that looks like Electabuzz to me is the eyebrows. The V-shaped eyebrows and the eyes. And I feel like when it evolves into its next stage, I feel like the face is, like, so departed from the original.
Yeah, it went a little too beastie. I do like what they did with the arms. I think
I like the
really
arms.
Skinny, like, bicep and a big chunky forearm is a really fun design. Yeah, you're right. They should have exaggerated the V. He's got sort of like a little pig nose going on, and I don't know where that element came from, and I don't really vibe with it. Yeah, and then he's more furry with the, like, jagged edges.
Yeah,
which,
like, Electabuzz isn't, like, I don't really see Electabuzz as furry. I see him as, and also what happened to his mouth? Like, I feel like Electabuzz has, like, such an iconic, like, mouth.
Yeah, he's got just a little bit of that, like, that like point. There's just the slightest bit of like beakiness to it that they definitely messed out.
I like Electakid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah,
I think the biggest thing that I'm
it.
annoyed at is that they should have called him Electaman.
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 Oh, because Electakid? Because of Electakid?
Electabuzz, Electaman. Yeah, why not?
I can't. I have a hard time pronouncing Electivire.
Yeah, it doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Electivire. Can't pronounce it.
I don't like that the shiny colors are red. I think the shiny color should have been blue. But that's just me being nitpicky.
Yeah, but a lot of shiny colors are not that great. Like, I don't understand why the shiny colors, like, if you look at all the shiny colors, like, a lot of them are, like, desaturated versions of the original ones, or they're green.
That is a weird
It's
choice.
Weird. Maybe it's pronounced Electravere. Oh! That sounds better than whatever I've been saying. I've been botching the name. Oh my gosh.
They're all crazy names. Ooh, can you go to the slide in the deck that says what type would you be? It's the one with lots of words.
Oh, what kind of Pokemon trainer are you?
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep.
There we go.
Baby space gender crab sus. Oh my gosh.
All of the ones in caps are actual like canon Pokemon types. And all of the lowercase ones are actual types from the Too Many Types Pokemon mod.
Oh, yes. There's like some like smaller things like what's a zoomer? Like what type is a zoomer?
That is a great question. I don't know. I gotta look it up though. Let's see. Too Many Types.
What does it mean to be a zoomer? What does it mean to be a Sans? What does it mean to be Ohio?
Okay, so I do know the one Sans Pokemon.
What is the Sans Pokemon?
It's the one that's not a cicada, but also a ghost. I don't know
cicada, but it's not a ghost.
Yeah,
that's why you go to Google.
Ninja?
You go to Google and then you go cicada Pokemon ghost. Oh, this thing, Shedinja.
Yeah.
Or I think that's how you pronounce it. What? No, not that. What? Where are you? What generation are you? What generation are you? Oh, Ruby Sapphire? I don't know where Shedinja's from. I guess Ruby and Sapphire. It must be one of those bug Pokemons that I just don't. Right, it's a bug Pokemon. So that's a Sans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Sans type Shedinja variant in the Too Many Types game.
I would love to see a space fairy. That sounds cool. Or space dragon. Something space related would be funny. Ooh.
Space dragon would be cool.
I want to see Ohio poison. Like, that seems like a very toxic Pokemon.
Definitionally.
Monkey? There's a monkey type?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what monkey is, but I feel like monkey steel would look wild. Or just like a...
Raichu is a zoomer.
A zoomer?
Electabuzz is also
it's a zoomer type. What is a zoomer?
Oregon is a zoomer type. Scraggy is a dance zoomer fighting type.
Oh, so you can have like multiples of these. You can have like so you can have like Dream Silly Water. Ooh, that's a good combination.
Ooh,
Silly Water Dream.
Silly Water is the little clown starter Pokemon.
I
Steel.
love him. I love him so much. He was like my favorite. What is his name? He's my favorite, but I forgot his name. He's a clown and he's a water type Pokemon. And I want to say Rowlet, but that's the owl.
Oh, Rowlet. I love his like middle evolution because he's so like
He's like an
such
emo
a
little bird.
teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, the teenage stage is always really funny.
Poplio.
Silly. Poplio! I love Poplio. Oh my gosh. When I get a duck, I want to name it Poplio.
Oh, that's cute.
So silly is like circus silly.
Mime Junior is silly little baby.
Mime Junior, silly baby.
Yep, silly little baby. All 3 types.
Oh, there's a type called little.
Yep. And then Mr. Rhyme is silly ice boomer.
Silly ice boomer?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so silly equal clown. Yeah, I agree with Peachy. I now understand.
Is Dunsparce a clown? Dunsparce is just weird. Dunsparce is also silly type.
Dunsparce is silly?
Yeah, he's boring silly.
He's boring silly. No. Okay, Dunsparce was like the super, super, super ultra rare Pokemon that you could get when you played Gold and Silver. But Dunsparce, it's incredibly boring. The way that you get Dunsparce is you just have to walk around a cave in the dark, and you just have to like happenstance like catch him in a cave. But it's super boring.
He's
it's like incredibly
this sad,
boring.
Weird little bug that could be asleep or could be dead.
Yeah.
Is he like does he have an evolution?
I don't know. Bayani says Dunsparce evolution's really funny, but I didn't even know Dunsparce evolved. Dunsparce. I just remember
weirdo would be like a
what? Wait. I don't know what's a fan evolution and what's not. You have to tell me what is. It was a recent thing in Scarlet and Violet. Really, what? Which one is it?
Bulbapedia is the place to go. I'm seeing Dunsparce, and it's just him with his mouth open. What?
What the heck? What? What?
The Dunsparce.
Why does he look like a body pillow?
It's so good. This is so stupid. I love it so much.
What if you just saw this bug just roaming around? It got worse. What's the Dunsparce? You would leave it alone? You wouldn't catch it?
If I saw that bug, just that long bug, which also
it's long.
He's called a land snake, according to Bulbapedia.
A land snake?
Yeah, they don't call him a bug. Because all Pokemon have like their name, and then they have their like weird like sub name, and his is land snake, which is a choice.
Look at I found an image on Google that because in Scarlet and Violet you can do picnics, and so somebody caught like a bunch of Dunsparce, and then they're just having a picnic with all of their Dunsparces.
They're so big,
and so
it's a little
canonically
unsettling.
Large. It's so unsettling.
Oh,
it's
he's
so
normal
unsettling.
Type. He's not even bug type or anything.
He's not even a bug.
He's just normal.
I think this chat has just turned into us being hateful Pokemon people. Hasn't it? Hello, hi Crowbar. Hello. Check out the trivia section in Bulbapedia. Okay.
Oh.
Why?
On
the Dunsparce? Dun? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Like, I feel like I'm like really emphasizing the dun part.
Yeah, he's Dadun sparse. I
Is
wish
he in
I
the anime?
could speak Japanese better to know what Nokokochi means. Nokokochi. Because that's a
Um,
Japanese name, but I don't. I know Doku Desuka. I know how to ask where stuff is, and that's it.
Dunsparce. Wait, are you talking about Japanese? Like speaking in Japanese?
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
want
his
to?
English name is Dadun sparse, but his Japanese name is Nokokochi. But I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay, okay. Wait. Gab said, aha, it's for its origin. Oh, wait. Where's the trivia? Okay. Wait.
Oh, the
Bulbapedia
trivia section for Dunsparce. Yes.
for the Dunsparce. Gab said that it's based on a Japanese snake cryptid. Its insect-like appearance is a visual pun around bee.
Oh, I knew it
Wow.
would be something like that. Because all of the weirdest stuff
Wow.
in Pokemon is usually because it was based on something that we just don't get the
Oh.
reference to.
It's a like its pre-evolution, the Dunsparce seems to be based primarily on Tsuchinoko, based on a bee snake, hence the Dunsparce's bee-like features, as well as Nozuchi, a large caterpillar-like creature sometimes claimed to be synonymous with Tsuchinoko. It may draw inspiration from blind snakes, rattlesnakes, flying snakes, snaky snakes, blah blah blah, snaky snakes. The appearance of the Dunsparce's segmentation is similar to what is this? Ultra bit horix
Ultra
genetic
Bitrix.
observed by fruit flies. Interesting.
Huh. It's just like, what if Bug grew extra torso? That's wild.
Wow. Okay.
Also, apparently, the
I was hating on it,
three-segmented
but now
form,
I kind of like it.
he's the tallest of the normal type Pokemon?
The Dunsparce is the tallest
Yep.
normal type?
Specifically, the 3-segment form of the Dunsparce. Yep.
Okay, but here's the ultimate question. Is there a Dunsparce plushie?
Oh, there's gotta be. No, the more important question is there a Dunsparce?
That's
Is
what I
there a
said.
Dandadan Has anybody made a Dandadan yet? Because it's right there.
Look at, you can get a plushie. You can buy it.
He
You can
looks
buy
so sad.
Do you think he looks sad?
Yes. He
Would
looks
you
like
buy
he's
this?
really just like hanging on. I will like
The
okay.
Dunsparce.
He looks like in the picture he'd be the size of like your forearm. But I think to be a proper Dunsparce plushie, he'd need to be like your couch.
A couch?
Yeah.
The Dunsparce? It
Yes,
isn't
they
the
made
Dunsparce.
They've got the Lucario that can be your best friend. And I want to say they made a second one. that's
Oh
also just,
yeah!
like, a
Did you
big
see?
guy.
Did you see the Lucario, the canonically accurate tall Lucario plushie?
Yeah. Lucario's here to be your husband? Yes. I have seen him. He's
Yeah.
great. Would you okay, important question. Would you own a Lucario actual size plush?
To help me do the dishes? Because that's what they advertise in the Lucario life size plushie. They have these like beautiful beautiful photos of Lucario helping you wash the dishes, and
I love it so much. He looks like such a good listener.
you know, if my kid said, "Can I buy this Lucario plushie?" I'd be like, "Okay, why not?" I would get it. Because it's so big that it would imprint a memory for my kid.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so
I have
big.
a my size Barbie, and I've got
See?
a lot of really fun, silly anecdotes about having a giant Barbie doll.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. The larger the plushie is, the more memories it contains. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I wouldn't buy it just for the funsies, but if someone in my family said, "Can I please buy this?" I'd be like, "Okay, that's actually a very valid request." And it's also Lucario. It's not like you're buying a Dunsparce. I'd kind of look at you a little bit funny if you were buying a Dunsparce plushie. So mean to Dunsparce. I didn't even know of its existence. I thought you were just Dunsparce. Then I find out that there's a larger, mutated version of you.
I thought that this stream was going to be us being a little too mean to the Pokemon Direct video, and instead, no, just let's be a little too mean to all of Pokemon.
I feel like our whole chat has just been us finding the Pokemon that we don't like, and we're just hateful. Are you secretly adding to cart? Yeah. How much? Well, hold on a second. I say that I would buy the Lucario thing, but I don't know how much it is. So,
well, the life-size Gardevoir is almost $450.
Oh, $850.
Oh, whoa! Lucario is $800
because he's Lucario. Oh, wait. That was on eBay. Pokemon Center is saying $420.
Okay, so that's in
and he's out of stock.
Well, yeah, that's why he's twice the price on eBay.
That's why he's twice the price on eBay.
I would never buy this from anyone other than the store that made them.
You wouldn't buy it from eBay?
No, I would not. I do not trust anybody but the store.
Would you buy a Lucario plushie that's 47 feet?
If
no, 47
somebody
inches.
Walked up to me with a wizard bargain and was like, "Hey, here's this plush that's normally $400. You can have it right now if you give me $20, but you have to own this plush for the rest of your life." I'd be like, "Okay, yes, I will buy the Lucario plush."
So you would buy a Lucario plush if it was $20.
Yeah, if it was cheap.
But you wouldn't buy it if it was $420.
I would not spend $400 to have this large dog man just in my house. No.
Not even to help you do the dishes?
Okay, maybe. If he definitely like guaranteed did the dishes, then I would buy him for $400. If he hand washes.
If Lucario did the dishes, I would also pay $400. But he has to do the dishes.
He has to specifically do the hand wash dishes. He can't just have a dishwasher inside of him. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
He's no. Able to hand wash those nice beard glasses.
It can't be a Lucario dishwasher. He has to wash the dishes and dry them.
Yep.
With his dog paws.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically like made of towel. He should be able to do the dry part just fine.
I think he's worth it. I think he's worth the $420.
Okay, if somebody said, "Here, for $20, you can have this Pokemon that does the dishes for you, but it's Genghis Khan," would you get that one?
No. I don't want a dinosaur kangaroo in my kitchen. I would only want a blue dog.
So any other life-size humanoid-esque Pokemon capable of doing dishes, any other of those turned into a plush, you wouldn't want them. Just Lucario, though.
Very specific one. So I would definitely do Mewtwo. If Mewtwo could do the dishes for me,
that'd be sick.
Exactly, sick, right? But Kangaskhan doing the dishes, I feel like the visual of Kangaskhan doing the dishes just doesn't do it for me. I feel like Mewtwo has to do the dishes for me, not Kangaskhan, because Kangaskhan is like mom vibes because it has a little baby, and I don't want to force a mom to do dishes. I would like to force a space alien to do dishes.
Okay, so I would feel a little complicated about Mewtwo doing the dishes because he is established as an angsty boy that does not want to be subjugated. So it would have to be one of those situations where like
You would feel
Mewtwo
bad
just
for Mewtwo?
I would feel bad for Mewtwo. So the only way that he would be doing my dishes is if like we were really good friends. And Mewtwo was just like, "Nah, man, I got this. I'm here for you. I'm going to do your dishes." And I'd be like, "Mewtwo, you don't have to do my dishes every time." He'd be like, "Nah. Nah, cuz you're a real one and I want to help you out. So I'm going to do your dishes again. It's no problem for me. I'm psychic." And then the dishes would be done and I'd be like, "Aw, thanks, Mewtwo." And then he'd fly away and it'd be great. And then I'd be fine with this situation.
He'd have to. I think Mewtwo would be really really cute in an apron, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Mewtwo, like domestic Mewtwo. I think I would be there for that anime series. Domestic Mewtwo.
Domestic Mewtwo. Just hanging out, doing the dishes, dusting and stuff. You'd have a
Yes,
couple like
domestic
early
Mewtwo.
episodes where he's trying to figure it out. So he tries to do it with his hands, but he can't because he's just got like orb fingers. So he's a really hard time like holding onto dusters or like moving the vacuum cleaner. So
Wait,
then like the
this is
next
so good.
episode he tries to do it again, but he tries to do dishes with like his psychic powers, but like he blows up the kitchen cuz he's too strong. So then the third episode is him like trying to build the house back, but he's like, "Oh, what if I just clean by destroying the house and then rebuilding it without the dust? This is effective dusting." And you have to like, "No, Mewtwo, you can't blow up my living room every time you run the vacuum cleaner. You got to figure out how to do this less destructively." And he'd be like, "Oh, stupid human values. I will try for you though because you did me that solid one time. And now I feel obligated to help you clean the house forever."
I love this. I think that's I love it. No
I,
notes. No
yeah, I
notes.
would
This is
actually
really great.
I would watch this
I love that you
miniseries.
did the 3 episode breakdown too. Like he's going through a struggle of like domestic chores.
Yeah, he's got to have the character arc. That's what's going to keep me captivated. Not just the fact that this Pokemon could do the dishes, but
Uh-huh.
why? And also, I have to see him fail so that I can cheer when he gets it right.
Ooh, the domestic Mewtwo miniseries. I especially like it that you called out his little orb fingers. That like I like envision Mewtwo like really struggling to like pick up a broom, and he's just like
Yeah.
his orb fingers are just not doing it for him.
You
But his
never really
psychic
think
powers is
about,
just too strong.
yeah, like we never really think about like how bad those hands are at doing anything because he's always floating stuff with his mind. But
Yeah.
you know, not very dexterous, I don't think.
He's got really big thighs though.
Yeah. That he does. He's probably got some mad jumps on him if he didn't also fly with his brain. Maybe that's the secret.
I don't want the Lucario 47-inch plushie. I want the Mewtwo 45-inch plushie. Why? Why hasn't the Pokemon Company made this?
I will say I do have a soft spot. Well, I'm not like a huge plushie fan. I tend not to buy plushes unless they're like incredibly emotionally captivating, which is a high bar for me. But I do have a soft spot for all of the Pokemon plushes that are actually Dittos because their stupid little faces are so
Oh
cute.
yeah, the Ditto plushies are so adorable. I love them so much. Mewtwo Ditto. Is there a Mewtwo Ditto? Like, what does that look like?
Oh, that'd be so good. That
Do you
like
do you know what a Mewtwo
take me
Ditto looks like?
serious body and then just a dummy face.
Mewtwo,
I think
I feel like Mewtwo Ditto. Oh no, I didn't get it. Nothing on Google. What
oh
is
man,
this? Is this why is there no one doing fan art of Mewtwo Ditto?
missed
No one's
opportunity.
doing fan art of Mewtwo Ditto. This makes me very sad.
I will say of all of the Pagu Pagu Pokemon that I drew, my favorite is a Ditto, because of
Can
course I
you
had to do a Ditto.
can you draw Pagu as Mewtwo?
I can definitely.
I
He's
like
gonna look insane. He's gonna look like Buff Pagu, but yeah, I can do
yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, I would love a Mewtwo Pagu, and then I would make it be a little PNG avatar. Like I think that would look so dope because Mewtwo I want the thighs. I think that's a very important aspect of Mewtwo.
Those are really essential dish doing thighs.
I know Bayani said something about Noah's Dolce. Thick thighs does dishes really well.
Yeah. Inseparable quality.
I think Mewtwo would do so good at domestic house chores. This would be a great
He'd do really bad at first, but he'd care about you, so he would try to do better.
I think in this pitch, in this cartoon pitch, I think you need like a compelling trainer that like really that like it can't be Giovanni,
Ash's mom.
Ash's mom. Wow, that was an instant. Is it because
Ash's mom already has Mr. Mime, so I think it'd be really funny to have like Mewtwo there.
maybe
I
like
want like the dynamic between Mewtwo and Mr. Mime. I want like tense domestic drama between these two strong men that are just there to support a hard-working mom.
Why is Mr. Mime and Mewtwo like the most like cursed Pokemon team? Like I could see like Ash's mom coming to the Pokemon League, and she's like her team is Mr. Mime and Mewtwo, and that's it.
And that's it. Here are my psychic men.
Oh wait, they're all psychic. Oh my gosh, I forgot Mr. Mime is psychic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it
Mr. Mime is slept on. He's probably a powerhouse. He's got that weird factor. You don't want to fight with a guy that's too weird.
I kind of like Mr. Mime and Mewtwo are they're opposing characters in this mini series. Like Mr. Mime is so good.
Yeah, they got to go from rivals to friends. Where like Mr. Mime is intimidated by Mewtwo at first because Mewtwo is obviously like very strong and powerful, but then in that like first like 3-episode arc, he sucks at household stuff. So Mr. Mime is like, aha, I'm better at you. I'm better than you in this way, and I feel smug about it. But then he's got to get over his smugness for the sake of Ash's mom. He's got to like help Mewtwo be better because he sees Mewtwo struggling, and he recognizes that Mewtwo cares about Ash's mom just as much as he, Mr. Mime, does. And so that's like the thing that brings them together. Also, I have to underline this very important part. Important part.
What?
Neither of these Pokemon is in any way sexually attracted to Ash's mom. It's just entirely platonic. Just this like really complicated, adorable, heartfelt kind of a polycule, but there's nothing intimate about it. They're just really cool bros that love each other very much.
Oh my god.
Platonically.
This is a platonic, wholesome series.
Yeah. With a lot of love and heart. And no subtext about what they do when the show isn't running. They're just cleaning things. That's it. They just love this woman very much.
Maybe Ash's mom is planning a really big house party, and so the mini series is all around her preparing for this like house get together.
It's for Ash. It's to celebrate that Ash finally won the big thing or whatever, and so she has Ash's house party. Home.
Oh, yep. So it's a house party for Ash. I thought you were gonna say it was Ash's wedding party, because Ash is this is in the future, and Ash is now grown up, and the mom has to decorate the home.
Who would he marry though? Red?
No, he has people he can marry. So in
people
the
multiple?
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I watched a whole YouTube video on this. It was concerning.
Oh, amazing.
Ash has so in the original series of Pokemon, in the Indigo League and in the Orange Island season 2, there was a handful of episode that hinted to Ash being lovers with Misty. But then the writers didn't want to pursue that further. And so the movie where, you know that movie, the one where Latios and Latias,
where
they turn
Ash
into humans.
Kisses a Pokemon.
Ash kisses the red legendary, right? And then like that kiss like actually comes back in the Pokemon series. Like he thinks about that kiss. So Ash could marry a Pokemon.
Pokemon I could be smooching.
Yeah, so Ash could marry a Pokemon. Latias, yeah, Ash kissed Latias, and it stuck with him. Wait, what? Yeah, this is canon, guys. Like, I'm not even making this up. Ash kissed a Pokemon, and it stuck with him, and later in the Pokemon series, like, I don't know when, Kalos or whenever, he's like, oh my gosh, that kiss. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, wait, that was a movie. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what if he marries a Pokemon? And then, you know how in every Pokemon series, there's always like Ash, side guy character, and then side girl character?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple side girl characters, and, Agile. Sorry about that, guys. Hold up, let me Google this. Yeah. The girl side characters, they would kind of flirt with Ash, but not really. The only person who outright flirts with Ash and literally kisses Ash on the lips, canonically, is Serena. Which is, like, at the very, very end of, like, Pokemon. And she actually, like, they're about to, like, I think, like, Ash is about to fly away, and they're about to, like, depart in an airport, and Serena is, like, saying goodbye to Ash, and then, like, she goes down the escalator, sorry. She's going down the escalator, and then there's this, like, anime moment where she's, like, clenching her fists, and she's looking down, like, she's, like she's gonna regret something, and then she bursts into, like, backwards, and then she, like, runs up, and then she makes out with Ash. And that's in the anime series.
That's adorable.
But then, like, Ash reciprocates. So, technically, Ash and Serena is the most contending thing. But, I mean, selfishly, I do like Ash marrying a Pokemon. I mean, he's the Pokemon master. Makes sense for him to marry a Pokemon.
He is the Pokemon master. It's just a matter of time. I hate to say it, but they keep making the Pokemon look like people. It's only a matter of time before they have a Pokemon person relationship in one of these shows. And I'm not into it. I swear. I don't want it to happen, but I do think it's inevitable.
See, Gab is right. A lot of people ship him with Serena because of the kiss. They kiss anyone where Ash kisses something. It's like, oh, that's it. That's why everybody is thinking about Latias, and that's why everybody's thinking about Serena. But personally, they had a lot of flirty episodes of Misty and Ash. Like a lot of flirty episodes.
She's originally from X and Y, right?
I actually don't know. This escalated. It did escalate. So that's why I think Ash is gonna. Let's just pretend that Ash is gonna marry a Pokemon, and in the future, the mom and Mr. Mime and Mewtwo, like, I think they're getting ready for Ash's big day, and Ash wants to save money, so he's just gonna get married in his hometown, Pallet Town, and that's what that's what all the Pokemon are they're all preparing for Ash's big wedding day, and Mewtwo has to help
Yeah,
decorate
because
the
he's friends
flowers.
with that. Okay, yes, I like this because Mewtwo has like a bro life debt thing to Ash. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, man, I think I killed you once, and then all of your friends' tears brought you back, and that was
Yeah,
super
see?
uncool of me. So I'm gonna help clean your house for your upcoming wedding.
Yes, exactly. He feels guilty. He feels guilty for being such a dick to Ash when he was younger.
Yeah, and then within like the first hour of meeting Ash's mom, he falls in platonic love with her, and is like, ah, you're the woman who psychic Pokemon feel the need to stay with and clean their house. I too am psychic and feel this urge. I will stay clean your
Wow. We're so good. Oh my gosh, Pokemon Concierge, watch out. Domestic Mewtwo miniseries here to come. Stop motion. Stop motion and everything.
Yes. Oh my god, this show, but as a stop motion show. Would be
This
insane.
show. This show, but stop motion. Stop motion domestic Mewtwo.
You would have to do it as like a CG thing that was pretending to be stop motion.
No,
Because
you
can
don't
you
want to do for real
imagine?
stop motion.
No, because I want like sick particle effects where Mewtwo like blows up a house, and I don't want to have to make all of those effects in stop motion. That'd be crazy. Not that any of this isn't crazy already.
Domestic Mewtwo. Yeah, I don't know a better name for this, but that was my initial thought when Hat started rambling, was that
It's pretty perfect.
domestic
I like it.
Mewtwo.
Domestic Mewtwo. It
Day
just
in the
fit.
life of domestic Mewtwo. Domestic Mewtwo.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane, and I love it. Also, to answer your question, Gab, no, I don't have like, I don't have like work out there. Yes, I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
writer, but in like the silliest way possible. Um, this
No,
this
but-
is the best place that you can see my work is showing up here on Tuesdays, where I inevitably make up shows on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, that's what you did last Tuesday.
Yeah, it was
Last
Hobbit
Tuesday
something,
we
wasn't
were
it? Or
talking
no,
about hobbits.
Yep, and
And we were talking
Ewoks.
about
I know I
Santa
had, like, a
Claus.
banger Ewok or game. Oh yeah, and then we went off on Santa Claus. Thing about Santa Claus.
We were talking about Santa Clauses, and we were talking about all the different Santa Clauses in the universe. And then we were talking about how wouldn't it be so sick nasty if all the Santa Clauses, all the different iteration of Santa Clauses, all were part of a anime series. It was
Yeah.
Santa Claus and all of his cousins. Yes.
And then we found out there is actually a Santa
Yeah, then
anime
we found-
happening.
Yeah, then we found out that we were already too late, and there was already a domestic Santa Claus. I mean, a Santa Claus anime, not domestic.
Yeah, somebody beat us to it. A true, beautiful Sanime that we're definitely going to watch as soon as we have access to it.
Maybe somebody is already making a domestic Mewtwo anime.
No, that would have been in the Pokemon Direct.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know. Maybe somebody is. I wish. That'd be great. I'd be fine with that.
oh, the Pokemon Direct. That's right. That's what we were originally talking
Yeah.
about. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that thing.
The Pokemon Direct. The Pokemon Direct. It's yeah. Okay, so the thing about the Pokemon Direct is that I feel like Lumos, because that's where the new thing is
Yeah.
it feels, I don't know how to say it. It feels like the world of Pokemon is like so ugly, but it has like so much untapped potential to be something like more unique and inspiring. And I'm just like a little bit tired and disappointed from all of these new Pokemon releases, because let's be honest, like Pokemon ZA, I don't know if it's it. Because Lumos looks really boring and lifeless. I just feel like it like lacks a lot of like vibrancy in the live spaces. And then like all the every Pokemon game that's been released on the Switch, I feel like all the cities feel flat. They feel flat, or they look like really dull, and it just like looks like it just lacks a lot of luster. And I really like the nostalgic charm of like the older games, because I feel like the cities and towns in the older games, there was just like a certain charm that made me want to keep exploring. So I feel like my like top line thought was just that I feel like the Pokemon universe is so colorful and has so much potential to like build upon it, but I feel like Lumos as a town isn't that exciting.
Yeah, I would agree. There's something about the textures. Like, they're just the direction that they've gone, it feels too smooth. It feels like everything is built out of model magic instead of like actually being of substance.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do you know what the last Pokemon game is that you thought looked like aesthetically on?
That's a really hard one to say, because I feel like I have a very specific nostalgia to the GBA style. Like I love like the look and feel of like Diamond and Pearl and like Ruby and Sapphire. Like that the pixel charm is like that's what gets me excited. But
Mhm.
in the newer games, I will say the Legends Arceus is
Oh
probably
yeah.
the more aesthetically pleasing one than like versus the other ones. But I feel like that's because it's like it's in the past. Like Legends Arceus is all about being in like this Edo period, and it's in the past, and everything is like almost more Breath of the Wild, like with like mountains and like grass plains. So it's hard to say Legends Arceus because it doesn't have necessarily that modern city look that newer Pokemon games have. So like Sword,
Mhm.
Shield, Scarlet and Violet, they have all of these towns, and I think that's where I'm getting the flat lackluster vibrancy is the towns. The towns don't really invoke exploration. And with this newer game, Pokemon ZA, I don't really feel like I don't really feel like I want to explore the city. Or like there's something about the city that doesn't feel like it's alive.
Yeah. So I've been getting ready to start like a tabletop thing with some friends, and I have a starting city that I was designing for it. And I was facing the same kind of thing of like, you want to just sort of blanket say, all right, you're a city. You're in a city. What are you going to do in the city? And you want to imagine that your players are just going to
Mhm.
get it in a way of like, oh, yeah, okay, city. I'll approach it like I would any other city. But you have to give people like hooks, because in the real world, when you say, all right, you're in a city, the person is going to like default to thinking, oh, like it's Paris or it's New York or it's Los Angeles, and that comes preloaded with hooks that you would think to do stuff with.
Mhm.
Um, the Pokemon Legends Zaza, it's just the Eiffel Tower. Like that's the only thing that we really know of. And I guess there's a mall there too, if I remember correctly from
Yeah, yeah.
X and Y. But like that's not anything. So you need to have stuff that like locations that also represent activities and emotions. So just having a
Yeah.
mall doesn't like evoke anything. The actual Eiffel Tower in Paris evokes romance and sort of like nostalgia, kind of, or like a sense of historicness.
Mhm.
The Pokemon Zaza one, I'm like, is that the radio tower or is it actually Eiffel Tower? Um, what influences are you drawing from, and why would I
Mhm.
feel any kind of like I don't feel the same things about that tower as I would the actual Eiffel Tower.
I agree with you. I think certain cities evoke a personality. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
things like in world building, like the thing that I get very excited about whenever I like pop in a video game and go to a new town or a new location is just the culture and the world and the personality that this city kind of invokes. And that's why I am just not excited about Pokemon Zaza because of Lumos City. I think Lumos City, it looks slightly more modern than its other iteration, but yeah, it's like Eiffel Tower version 2.0. But I'm
I
like, but
think
what else?
you hit the nail on the head with that comment about personality. You're right. Like the city doesn't have a sense of character or personality of its own. It just is city. And that's very like ticky tacky, made of cardboard. There's no substance there. And you have to be able to take risks to have personality. You have to choose to have a strong flavor means that there
Uh-huh.
are some people out there that aren't going to like it. And I think because Pokemon is such a monolith of a brand, they've gotten really hesitant about making those broad strokes and potentially isolating some audience out of the genre or the franchise. Um, but like it needs that to be interesting. And I'm hoping maybe because it's a Pokemon Legends that we'll
Mm-hmm.
get some of what we got with Arceus where they're willing to take bigger swings.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they push a little bit more because it is a Legends game. Like it's not, it's not a there's no new 3 starters, there's no, it's not a new region, but we're exploring a region that everybody is familiar with, but I I don't know. The thing is that like I want them to experiment. I want them to push more and play with like the different. I feel like there's so much potential, and
Hmm.
I just get like so sad that like they don't push it because what I saw in the Pokemon Direct, I it didn't get me excited. I looked at
I
it
was
and I was
so
just like,
bored.
okay,
Yep.
okay, like
I I don't know, we learned about the wild zones in the city and that honestly like low key made me mad
the
because
wild
like
zones.
it's so stupid. It's like okay, cool. Here's a thing that doesn't do any good to anybody because the people who are supposed to be living in the city can't because you just gave chunks of the city to the pigeons. And also, the pigeons can't have a good time because they're in the city under the risk of being captured at any moment, anytime anybody feels like it. So I'm like, who is this? Who is this for? So much of the world
Mm-hmm.
building in Pokemon is like inescapably gamified. Whereas, like, if you actually tried to boil it down to any kind of realism, you can't because it is inexorably tied to this like child's playground that is the and that's kind of I think at the end of the day, like I think I'm having to confront the fact that Pokemon isn't for me anymore because I'm
Mm.
not a kid anymore. And I mean, granted, there are a lot of like things that are labeled as childlike that are actually totally accessible and fun and fine at any age. But yeah, I wonder like I have to wonder is my disconnect from Pokemon because they're making bad games or is it because I've just kind of aged out? I want to know the kids that are
Mm.
having like the strong fundamental experiences with the genre now in the same way that we did as kids.
Am I just bitter about it because I'm old, or is it? Wow, I didn't even think about that. Like I didn't think about like am I just aging out? No way. I don't think so. Like if a game is good and if it's innovative, then I would 100% buy it and play it.
Yeah.
Like no
And
doubt.
I'm also as somebody who is very engaged in the animation industry and is also a woman, I can't undervalue like kids stuff because there's so much in that industry that gets relegated to essentially like women's work because America devalues children's animation. So a lot of times really good female writers don't get to write anything else than kid stuff because they're ladies, which
Mm-hmm.
sucks. So it really does like prime me to be in a place to think like I can't just write this off because it's a kids thing because adults made it, and if they were really cooking, it's still going to be quality and it's still going to apply regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that they do some interesting like texture work. I hope that they put in some like fun personality with like accessories and stuff. I This is a stupid thing to get excited about, but I loved seeing so much grass in the latest footage for Pokemon ZA, because like having actual like plants and like moving blades of grass and stuff was a piece of
Uh-huh.
character for the city. I hope that they push more of that solar punk, like eco green architecture, biophilic design, all the buzzwords.
Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh. I would love a biophilic like Pokemon City. I don't really get that vibe with Lumos, but like we saw only snippets and parts of the city, so I can't really tell. Um,
Something about
but yeah.
the title design makes me think that that's the direction that they're trying to go for. And also, there were like two major adult characters that you meet. There's the really tall guy who owns a hotel, and then there's the like
Oh, the tall
fancy
guy.
lady. And the hotel is
Yeah.
covered in vines. And the A in Pokemon ZA is very like green and like growy. And then the tower stuff with the lady is all like sleek and technologic, and the Z is really
Mm-hmm.
sleek and techno-y. And so I think that might be what they're going for, is like the juxtaposition of plants and technology.
That would be really cool. I hope they go in that direction because I feel like that's something that a lot of video games, like if you've noticed, like there's a ton of solar punk video game aesthetics that are coming out like this year, next year, like
Literally
etc.
just had a
etc.
game come out called Solarpunk.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, if they went with a solar punk aesthetic, like I think that would be cool. I think it would be cool for a
Mhm.
mainline Pokemon game to do something like that.
Yeah.
But that is interesting that you point out the logo design. I would say that it tilts more tech and space. Just looking at the logo and some of their other promo stuff feels a little bit more techy and of that sort. But
Yeah. Yeah, the
yeah,
space vibe is always a thing for sure with Pokemon stuff. There does tend to always be like a slightly alien or space agey bend to stuff.
I think like the part of me that's like disappointed with newer Pokemon games is just really the locations. Like I feel like there was just so much charm in the older games that just like there it would just evoke a certain vibe and energy, like Lavender Town. Like there would
Hmm.
be a spooky tower that you would like the ghost would be, and you would adventure, and like there's already this like tone and vibe with some of like the older town, Golden Road City, or like like there's Cinnabar Island. Like I don't know, like they just look so visually interesting, and I just feel like Lumos is just like not doing it for me. But like
Hmm.
aside from Lumos, just like all the recent Pokemon games, like Scarlet, Violet, um, what is it? Sword and Shield. Like a lot of the cities, not all of them, but a lot of the main cities, it just felt like the texture was city, and so
Yeah.
I just
Mm.
I get a little bit sad that like Pokemon isn't doing anything more innovative. They are doing some innovative things with Pokemon Concierge. Like if we're talking about like world development, I think that they did a fantastic job creating this like tropical resort hotel. Like that's
Hmm.
cool. Like that location, like it feels very distinct. It feels very specific. So I get like very excited for like things like Pokemon Concierge, and it just makes me go, "Oh my gosh, I wish there was a Pokemon Concierge video game."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that like I would love just more Pokemon video games that are different roles than just being a trainer. Yeah, so I put together this slide specifically on that topic. Do you remember in the original series, there's an episode all about a perfume maker.
Yes, I do remember that.
There are so few moments from that series that are just like cast in amber in my head, but the lady with the gloom that's super stinky, and the super stinky gloom is actually the secret to her incredible perfume, just lives rent free in my brain. But like that's a whole job. That's just a lady who designs designs perfume and also utilizes Pokemon. And there's so many interesting, like, what if this thing you know from life, but also Pokemon? There's so many opportunities for that.
Yeah, I love that you pointed out the perfume Pokemon episode, because it is like a fun little slice of life moment of like these people who are running a perfume shop. But the part of the episode is that the trainer who owns the Gloom is actually the grass gym leader. She's like she runs the perfume shop and she makes her perfumes, and Misty is like really, really like into the perfumes, but Ash is like really pissed off because he doesn't care anything about perfumes. And so he's just like, why are we here? Like, I don't even want to shop for perfumes. And
if
then
I
like
can't fight or kiss Pokemon, I'm out.
Yes, Ash is like that's, it's so funny. The premise of this show is that Ash wants to just go to the gym leader. Like, he's just like, we're wasting time. We need to go to the gym leader. And Missy's like, no, I want to go shopping. And then Brock is just like, ooh, pretty girls, because, you know, 90s Pokemon anime writing. And so the whole episode is about Pikachu and Misty are making perfumes. And then so Ash decides to go to the gym leader, and she finds out that you have to, one of the requirements to fight Erica, the gym leader, is that you need to like perfumes. And then Ash realizes that the gym leader is actually the person he just insulted. And so he has to pretend to be a girl.
Oh, so, this is also the cross-dressing episode.
So he has to pretend to be a girl to pretend to like perfume to fight Erica. So he can, but there's perfume.
There also, like, is there a crisis of some sort? Does he have to like rescue the Gloom out of a burning building or something?
Yeah, because Team Rocket, that's literally the, like, every episode of Pokemon, it's literally like the premise of like where we are, and then Team Rocket comes in to stir ish up, and then like Ash has to save it. And because of Ash's noble courage of saving everybody from Team Rocket, he solves the problem. So Team Rocket finds out that Team Rocket finds out that this Gloom is the secret ingredient to their perfume. And so Team Rocket is just like, oh, well, let's just burn this whole place down. I don't know. So that's the premise. Like, Team Rocket, they just decide that they want the Gloom. And so that's what happens, is that they're burning the gym down. And I think Ash is just like, well, I have to save Gloom. And by him saving Gloom proves that he does love perfume. That he's one of the boys. So that's, I don't know, I didn't have to tell you that whole episode. I did not have to tell you that whole episode. But I do like the perfume.
It was essential.
I do like the perfume episode. I love the different what is it, jobs that Pokemon have, because they have like beauty contests in the Pokemon world. And I love, like, some of my favorite episodes are the ones where it's like the beauty contest is just a fun way to say spa. It's a Pokemon spa. Like, there's a whole like couple of episodes in the original Pokemon anime where like the Pokemon are getting a spa day, and it's really cute and it's really adorable, and I would love a whole game just dedicated to Pokemon spa, which
That'd
is,
be
I guess,
so
what the
fun.
concierge is. That's what Pokemon
Kind of.
Concierge is. It's a resort where everybody has to reset and relax. So spa like. So,
I love that. I
yeah.
would love like the mechanics for a spa game for Pokemon would be really interesting because there's so many different shapes and sizes. So even if you're thinking about something as simple as like, oh, there's going to be beds and chairs here for the Pokemon to take naps or to relax on. That looks totally different for so many different Pokemon. And I love that. That just makes my brain spin in a very satisfying way to think like, ooh, what would a chair for a Snorlax be versus a chair for a Goldeen? Would a Goldeen even want a chair? Or would you have like fancy aquariums for all the fish Pokemon? And now do you just have like a hamster network, but it's all like water tubes for the fish Pokemon? How would you accommodate all of these things? And where do you put the fire Pokemon? Are they allowed to be near the fish Pokemon, or does everybody have to be kind of segmented? Or what do the mixed spaces look like? How do you make a lobby that all of the types can be in? There's so many fun design problems to solve.
Yeah, I think a game that's that would be so awesome. I feel like all the games that they released in the Pokemon Direct, they were all about fighting. Like they had like a
Mm-hmm.
whole game, a whole new game that's like Pokemon Championship or something like that. And I was just like, no more fighting. I was like, nah, man, bro, I don't want more fighting games. I mean, like I get it, that's what Pokemon's known for, so you need a fighting game. But I was very much looking forward to something like Pokemon Ranger or like something like the Pokemon contests or like Pokemon Snap or any or even Pokemon Cafe, because Pokemon Cafe is so interesting, but it feels very mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't like scratch the itch of like a cozy game. It's
Yeah.
giving mobile game. I
I
don't know.
tried I tried
Oh, you
playing
tried
Cafe when it
playing
first
it?
came out. Yeah, it does. It feels like a mobile game. It feels like you're just kind of poking stuff, but you're not having like a real effect on things. And I guess technically there's puzzles that you're solving, but it also doesn't feel like a chunky puzzle game either. It just feels like I'm wasting time. It feels like I could be quilting or knitting something or making dinner and have just as much, if not more, satisfaction at the end for my efforts than I would just for the collection that I build up in the Pokemon Cafe. I wish that there was
Yeah.
more like interaction with the cafe space itself. It would be nice if you could just decide where the tables went, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know why like the mobile game vibe gives me the ick. Like it just makes me go, I don't know if I want to play this. Like it's almost too simple. It's not challenging. Yeah, I would love for something to be more more puzzle esque, something more challenging in that regard. But like I
Hmm.
love the vibe of like a Pokemon cafe. Like I feel like that would be so cute, and they have it, but like I don't know, it just doesn't feel it. I'm just
It's
like,
such an
man.
interesting example of like you can have the concept, but if you don't back it up with the mechanics, then you're kind of missing the point. Like Pokemon Ranger, incredible game, big fan. Incredibly simple mechanics. Very, very easy game to play. Also would be like a great port for iPhone or iPad especially because they're originally for the DS and they take advantage of the touchscreen. Um, but like the narrative is fun and the locations that you're in are fun and it feels I don't know, it just feels like you're a part of that world still, but seeing a different side of it. And there's something about Pokemon Cafe that doesn't feel like it's integrated into the rest of Pokemon.
Oh man, I love Pokemon Ranger. I feel like it's such a delightful game, and the premise is like amazing too. I wonder why they haven't expanded more on Pokemon Ranger, because I feel like it's such a popular like side game. Like
Yeah.
they've redone Pokemon Snap. Like I'm actually wilded that they haven't ported Pokemon Ranger.
Maybe people aren't vocal enough about how much they love it. Because people are really vocal about what an interesting game Pokemon Snap was. But I don't know if Ranger gets as much of the. I think Ranger is still kind of a slept on hit.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap is like that nostalgic, like, video game that everybody like remembers their N64, like taking crufty little screenshots of Pokemon. But it's like it's a completely different mechanic. It's a completely different style of game. Like I feel like it just like stuck out a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I definitely want a Pokemon game that just like focuses on a different aspect. What a
Mm-hmm.
different aspect of just not just fighting. Like I'm just like, man, I yearn for it. I,
Ooh, like, there can be combat without fighting. Like, you can still have a sense of competition and like struggling for victory without it literally being combat. Like, that's what the beauty pageants are, essentially.
but there's still contests. Like someone's still
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, you still get that like feeling of a fight without it being literal violent combat.
Dancing and sparkle and love.
Oh. Could you imagine like yeah, like putting together like a Pokemon entertainment troupe and competing with other Pokemon entertainment troops? Because
Ooh,
you could
yes.
have like, so it's not just like, oh, this one dances, or these guys all dance in synchronicity together. But then you could have like other Pokemon that are like, this is literally a pyrotechnics display, but an animal. And then it becomes a balance of like how many just straight up talent Pokemon do you want versus like special effects Pokemon? And what
Ooh,
would happen if you
yeah.
had nothing but special effects Pokemon? And then there would be like cool synergies that you would have to discover with like, oh, if you have a
Yes.
Butterfree and you have a fire Pokemon or an electric Pokemon, then when the Butterfree does its dust attack and then the fire or electric Pokemon does its thing, it sets it all on fire. And now you have sparklers in the air or some crazy crap like that.
Oh, yes. Give me the Las Vegas Pokemon video game where you make a Las Vegas show.
That would be so sick.
A
Well,
Cirque
it could
du
be a traveling
Soleil, but
show.
Pokemon.
You could either do
Yeah.
like a stand like a set location, like a Pokemon Coliseum, except it's all of these teams like competing to take the Vegas stage. Or you could have a traveling show where you're taking your team across the whatever region you pick and you have to stop in every town and you have to learn like what would Lavender Town like versus what the cruise ship would like for their entertainment
Ooh,
stuff.
yes. I like
And
the
then they
concept.
the potential. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. I just said I like the concept. I love it.
Well, you could, if you were doing a traveling one, you'd be able to have like interesting different Pokemon that you would run into along the way and potentially integrate into your teams. But the Vegas style one, you'd have like whole other teams showing up that you're competing against that would have like their own regional interesting things about them. Like, how do you represent
Uh huh.
Lavender Town as an entertainment team? So instead of being able to go there, what does it look like when they send their best talent to Cirque du Pokemon?
Peachy said this makes me think of America's Got Talent, but it's Pokemon.
Yes, but it's Pokemon is the perfect addendum to everything. Alternate Pokemon jobs in games is just X, but it's Pokemon.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh. But like,
So
I do like that you said like Butterfree, but if you had like a Charmander, it would be like fire sparkles. Like
mm-hmm.
I like that like when you combine other Pokemons, like the Las Vegas show gets crazier.
That's an aspect of like the classic like Pokemon team that we never really get to see explored. We've seen a bit of like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 battles, but I want to see Pokemon synergies. I want to see what happens when the Pokemon are actually like working together to do stuff.
Like in a battle, like when you have like a Charizard and a Butterfree, like both of their styles like mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Charizard's flamethrower plus the Butterfree's awesome sparkly sleep powder turns into a different attack.
Yeah, like a firestorm. And
It's
it
like a
creates a really
Pokemon fusion
yeah,
without fusing.
without actually fusing.
Without actually
And
fusing.
it creates a really interesting dynamic too between like okay, like water type and electric type suck to fight against. Like you wouldn't want to be the electric type against the water type. But what if they're working together? And now all of a sudden your Pikachu electrified Gyarados' water blast. Like I like
Ooh,
the
yeah, I like that.
alternate dynamic between types that it unlocks. That like, oh yeah, these guys are bad when they fight each other, but they're incredible when they fight together.
Wait, I love that mix. Like I think that would be so dope because they do have 2-on-2 battles and they do have like Pokemon is all about experimenting with different ways to up their battle stakes like with Gigamax and like the other crystal version. I don't know. There's so many different iterations. I've lost track of all of them.
Side note, hot take, I hate
What do you hate?
The Scarlet Violet special evolution. Let's just put
Crystallized?
chandeliers on their heads.
Crystal
Stupid.
Chandelier Mon? You don't
If
like
they
the
were
Crystal
just-
Chandelier Mon?
If they were just crystal, I would love it. Be shiny, be rock, love it. Chandelier on your head, really stupid. Really, really hate that so much because
You hate
it's
the
so good
chandelier.
otherwise.
You hate the chandelier.
Yeah. Especially because it's not unique. It's like specific to the type that they are. It's not specific to the Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
So it's
you're
just
right.
like, oh yeah, you get the electric chandelier. Everybody gets the electric chandelier. Oh, you're water? You get the water chandelier. It's stupid.
I love that you hate the chandelier motif.
Well, this is the problem with like having a cool hybrid fighting system. They have too many Pokemon, so you can't do like interesting, unique stuff because there's just so much mass behind it. There's so many other guys you'd have to do stuff to.
I think that's Pokemon's problem is they have too many Pokemon. Like I think
Yeah.
it becomes too cumbersome and like literally too difficult each generation, each game that they bring on. Like I think they stop saying gotta catch them all because I don't think you can catch them all. Like I think that they accidentally said that phrase without knowing that they were going to introduce a batch of 100 new Pokemon every so years, and I think they've set a precedence to introduce a new gen of Pokemon that's like a couple hundred Pokemon. And I think that their roster keeps increasing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it becomes like what's going to happen when we have like a couple thousand Pokemon. It would be just so difficult to create a game that could like house that many Pokemon.
And they keep getting weird. Like having to design more and more for every game is why we have more human-shaped Pokemon.
Like an Incineroar, you really did not like Incineroar.
He's just yeah. No, I don't. I don't like Incineroar. He can be in a different game. Mewtwo, I get. Mewtwo has a reason to look like that. Low
because
Bunny.
He was a science experiment.
Yeah.
But Incineroar is a cat.
Incineroar was an adorable cat to start with, and then he was like kind of a bigger cat, which was also great. Why do you have to stand up? I get it, he's a wrestler. He could be a wrestler cat on all four legs. He could still be like a cat with a wrestler belt. That'd be fun. I want to see that.
I don't know why all the Pokemon, when they evolve, like, they gotta stand up. Like, why they gotta be on 2 feet? That's the part that's, like, I every time the Pokemon evolves, like Sprigatito.
Yeah.
Sprigatito is one of the newer Pokemons from Scarlet and Violet. I think she stands up. Yeah! Girly Pop starts standing up by second evolution.
Yep. And the cute
Keep her grounded.
turns into like a spy duck. Is weird. Like, yeah, they don't need to stand up. Digimon get to stand up. This is why I get it now. I know I've just discovered it in this moment. This is why the standing up Pokemon bugs me. Because
Why?
Pokemon are supposed to be animals, and Digimon are supposed to be kind of animals, but kind of dudes, also.
Digimon are meant to be guns. I think Digimon are meant to be guns. Digimon, honestly, Digimon had it right because, like, they can turn into the gun version of themselves, but then they de-evolve and then they go back to cute.
Baby.
So, like,
so smart.
So, like, in Digimon, you could be a 12-foot angel lady, and then the next moment, you're like a 2-foot kitty cat.
Yeah. And they all talk, so it was okay for them to, like, have human-shaped bodies sometimes, because they always talked like people. But Pokemon doing it, it's weird. It's just a little too weird, and it's a little too not Pokemon for me. And it breaks my brain to think about.
Peachy's right. Time check. It is midnight.
Oh, it is.
It's
midnight. That went by so fast. Nice.
Maybe because there was a windstorm, and then I had to restart my machine. And then we decide. I found out so many Pokemon that you don't like, and I think this is important for our friendship, so we know which Pokemon that each other we don't like, and we both like Mewtwo.
Because he's incredible. What's not to like about Mewtwo? But yeah, it's important to know what Pokemon not to buy each other.
You can always buy me a Mewtwo 47-inch plushie.
And possibly a Dudunsparce.
No, not the Dudunsparce. Possibly a Dudunsparce. It intrigues me. I like the lore behind the Dudunsparce. Like, when we started learning about the lore, I just started getting interesting in it. I was like, oh, okay. This is cool. But it was too large. Mm-hmm. Like, I kept looking at it, and it was unsettling how large it was. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is terrifying.
The tallest of the normal types. He's supposed to be a bug. Or also a snake. Why'd they make him so big?
Oh, it makes me so confused. It confused me. I like looking at Pokemon designs with you. It's enjoyable.
It is fun. I like tearing apart Pokemon designs.
Streams are always fun because I never know what we're gonna talk about. I mean, I kind of know what we're gonna talk about, but I have no idea where it's gonna go. Mm-hmm. Like Santa Claus anime series, but I like
Hobbits. Who could guess?
Yeah, last week was Hobbits. This week was Domestic Mewtwo, and I'm gonna dream about Domestic Mewtwo. I think he's gonna be in my dreams.
I hope I could be so lucky. I would love to see him do dishes in my dreams. And blow up my house and then rebuild it without any dust inside.
I picture it so clearly. I'm gonna dream about
potential. It's so good.
There's so much
here's the part of the stream in which I disconnect real fast so that you can do your good nights and stuff.
Okay.
Bye, chat. This was
fun. Bye, hats. Bye, hats. Tee, that was hilarious. Bye, hats. So funny. Thanks everybody for hanging around town. I know that we had some technical difficulties. I'm still running on my generator. I'm still having like really strong winds. Like, if I take off my headphones, I hear like the wind outside, and it's so extreme. It's scary. But anyways, I hope you guys had fun yippee yappy chatty with us. We were a little bit random and all over the place, but you know, I love it. I was feeling really sick today and yesterday. I was feeling really, really sick, so I wasn't in the mood to stream. So maybe happy to do this because I don't know, streaming always makes me feel better, and I get to chat with hats, so that always brightens up my day, and we talk about silly things. Stay safe on those winds. Yeah, dude, the winds are kind of scary. I'm gonna check up on Crunchy. He was crying. Like, there was when the power went out, there was a crazy wind snap, and Crunchy started crying. So I'm gonna make sure that he's okay. And maybe eat a snack. I'm thinking of slicing up an apple. Yeah, I'm thinking of slicing up an apple after stream. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm gonna continue my playthrough of Final Fantasy X. Hello, hi Omeroid. I'm just about to end stream. Just telling people that we're gonna play Final Fantasy X on Thursday's stream, and we're gonna do TikTok reacts. So on Thursdays we do TikTok reacts in Final Fantasy X, and on Tuesdays we do the Yippee app Chatty Chat. Aw, thanks, Just Blocks. You guys are wonderful to listen to while I was doing chores and such. Thank you for streaming. Oh my gosh, that makes me so freaking happy. I'm so glad, Just Blocks. we were very, very rambly, and we totally did not. We had an itinerary. We had thoughts, and I totally went out the window because I was thinking about too many different things that I was doing, because I did start stream late. Anyways, I be yippee yapping too much. I'll see you guys on Thursday's stream, where we'll yap some more and do some TikTok reacts and play some games. But until then, I'll catch you later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks for hanging out.